Shane Helms. There's a little bit of a who's who of guys that were,
Yeah. Well, I think
I mean, I just don't I don't understand. I mean, these aren't so much releases when it comes to the backstage guys, the producers and the road agents and all that. It's not so much releases as it might be furloughs.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard about a lot of these people too. Is it's not a complete by future endeavor. It's whenever things start picking up again.
When the world gets to kind of be normal again.
Yeah,
we'll holler at you.
Yeah.
Talking about all these cuts before we jump to the main event of the evening, because I feel like we're going to spend some time on that. I also read today that no matter what, the WWE is going to get like $1 billion in profit or something like that, like something outrageous this year. So like they don't have to run another show, and they have that much money, like that they're going to get at the end of the year. We're only 4 months into this year.
Is it the calendar year or the fiscal year?
Might be the fiscal year. I think that makes sense.
Because we're over halfway through the fiscal year. Even then,
that's still a lot of money that they're
fantastic.
Like, we're gonna walk away with $1 billion for doing.
If you told me like I could walk after halfway through the year, be like, hey, you have $1 billion. That's a bet. That's a BET bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully those people end up in good places whatever wrestling turns into in the interim. I think there's a lot of good names there, though, for sure, that can end up working in Impact or NWA. I think NWA has a good shot at, a lot of these people. Billy Corgan's NWA. I told Sergio that, and he was like, what? What happened?
I had heard that. Someone had told me that. I think Jumpin' Johnny Napick had told me that, and it just it makes sense. It's like if I'm in his position, like look, I got a ton of Smashing Pumpkins money. I love wrestling. Like honestly, you're Billy Corgan or you're a millionaire. You have millions of dollars, and then could likely continue having millions of dollars. But my mom's coming by. Say hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
You can continue having millions of dollars just by being like, hey, let's do a tour. It's not anything like, you could come up with more money.
Yeah.
You telling me you're not going to buy a wrestling company?
You're not going to buy, not only a wrestling company, you're not going to buy
the wrestling
company. Yeah, exactly.
Like you're out of your mind and you're a liar. And I will call you a liar.
Literally buy it just for the 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah.
Like just to be like, I own this belt.
Why wouldn't I?
I own this.
All right, you guys want to do the main event of the evening? Because we got two doozies of a match, two matches to like get into that are just. I rewatched them; they're good. They're really good.
I don't. Yeah. So all right. The main event of the evening. All right, name the matches. Go ahead.
We are gonna talk about two matches that were pretty good.
One of which WWE put on their Raw show recently.
Yes. One of which I was there for.
Yeah, one of which
person. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn at NXT TakeOver Dallas.
So good.
And John Cena, Rhodey's favorite wrestler.
No.
Seth Rollins.
No.
And Brock Lesnar, the triple threat from the Royal Rumble 2015.
Oh. Which was from Philly, which we will go into. We'll go into that later, but let's start with Shinsuke and Sami Zayn. You were there.
I was there, but I actually want to know why Sergio picked this match, because these matches were things that he picked, and so he's told us that he watched them a lot. He watched the Nakamura Sami Zayn one a lot,
3 times.
So I want to know why did you go? Yes, I want to talk about this.
Well, one, you guys approached me. In an alley, in a darkened alley, and said, "Hey kid."
We were 6 feet apart, thow.
Hey kid, you want to talk about wrestling?
We had masks on too,
and I
6
said,
feet apart
sure.
and masks.
I said, sure. I haven't been really able to keep up with the whole wrestling game the past few years, and so I just Googled the best 10 or best matches of the 2010s. and that was on that was number one on a couple of lists, but it was in the top 5 in nearly every single list that I saw. Some of the matches I had already seen, so I was like, well, I don't want to talk about those. I've already seen those. But like I said, this one I hadn't seen. What little I've seen of Nakamura, I've loved, and obviously I have a pair of Nike Luchador Dunk signed by Sami Zayn and his El Generico guys, so I'm duly familiar with his work. So I was like, this sounds great. It's a great match supposedly. My buddies were there to see it live, so that's why that's the logic behind picking this one.
So I was there, and I got to tell you, this was one of the most intense crowds I have ever been a part of. Like, it was one of those crowds where you can feel the energy of the building. And Sergio and I went to New York when Masawa and Kenta had their match, and that's the only other time I've ever felt like the room the way that I felt that same night watching Shinsuke and Sami Zayn. It was just...
I don't want to interrupt you too much, but I just want to put this small fact in people's heads. So right now, people are thinking NXT takeovers are the arenas. So there might be this was where the Mavs play or the Stars play. That is not true whatsoever.
Yeah, I thought initially that's where it was, but then I got a good look of the audience, and I'm like, that's way too small.
Yeah, it was the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Center, which was what was the max that night?
I think like 11 or something like that, or maybe 10 or something like that.
So at least half the size of American Airlines Center. So so that's probably why.
Still a lot of people.
Yes. Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, more so than whenever we were at the Hammerstein, and it wasn't even the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Hammerstein.
It was just another room in the Manhattan Center. It wasn't the Hammerstein. It wasn't even that big room. It was like one of the other ones. And there were probably maybe like 1,000 people there, like at the one we went to in New York, Sergio. Like, would you say?
Yeah.
So, like, you definitely expect to feel it there. I didn't expect to feel it at a place where there were like 10 times that, not 10 times, but 10,000 people there. It just
10,000.
It was incredible. Like, from jump, that match was just like, the crowd was for it. They were all over. Like, as soon as the crowd it went dark, you could just feel the energy like start to swell, and then like as soon as the music hit, like it was over after that. It was the biggest pop of the night, like absolutely bar none.
Yeah, that's
9,000, by the way.
9,000
sold out. 9,000.
That's what Sami Zayn comes out first, and like that was kind of like the whole like build up to the matches. Sami Zayn's like, look, man, the NXT, like that. This is me. This is my backyard. Like, this is my show. You're not going to show up here and make your name off of me. And so he's kind of got this chip on his shoulder. And then so he comes out, he does his thing.
And he gets a pretty good pop.
Oh, no, yeah, they love Sami Zayn, as one should. And the lights go out, and the crowd like just loses it. And then his music starts, and it's one of the greatest themes that in recent memory. And I love the fact, that after it's caught on, the audience like kind of owes along with it,
Yep.
And so, but he comes out, and then the pop whenever he like falls down on his back.
Yeah.
When he does that, like that pop was amazing. And so, like, yeah, just off jump, like you said, it's nuts. It's lovely.
I love the fact that like the crowd at the NXT arena would just sing along with the Sami Zayn song, and then like
yep.
And then you get all the WrestleMania crowd, which is people from around the world and European fans. Sergio, as you can contest to this, as being a football fan, they love the sing-songy kind of chants.
They are some chanting motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. America somehow can't get fucking put music together to sing the song along in a chant.
Yeah.
So they love it even more. So that place was packed with people from around the world already singing it. And then also it was Sami Zayn's exit match from NXT.
I mean, I think he'd already been called up, but they were it was not long before that he had been in NXT for sure.
Yeah, he was in the IC ladder match the next night.
Well, he was incredible in that too. But so good for Sami that whole weekend.
Yeah. But then the lights go off. Mm-hmm. And then the crowd doesn't already know what Shinsuke's music sounds like. I don't think it was leaked yet by that point. And so it starts coming on. And then, I mean, how much was that buzz going on? Because you can sense it watching it, but I wasn't there live, so.
You know what sucks about that is like I got those tickets for free. Why weren't
you there, Brody?
Because I got the tickets for like we tried to get tickets because only 9,000 people got them. We didn't get them. We just didn't get them. I worked with a guy at the time at a job that I got fired from like 2 days after WrestleMania. But I got them from him, so I never got to even tell this dude like thank you for like having this incredible show because like I had no way to get in touch with him after that. Anyway, so like he was like, I got 2 tickets and then I got 2 better tickets. Do you want these tickets? I was like, hell yeah. How much do you want for them? And he's like, free. And I was like, are you shitting me right now? I was like, you could make so much money on them and I will absolutely pay like whatever. And he was like, oh man, they're free. But free tickets, super great, right? I got to this great show that even my friends didn't get to go to. But then the tickets were like on top of the entrance. So like I didn't see Nakamura's entrance like at all. We didn't see anyone's entrance that whole night. Like we saw like the lights below us and we like, heard the music, but we didn't see Nakamura until he was like almost to the ring, like before like we finally saw him. But it was cool. I was glad I was there. I mean, it was a great view otherwise. So.
I was not there because my cousin decided to get married that weekend. I told her of all weekends, there is only one I would request you not get married, and that's the WrestleMania weekend. Luckily, it was in town, so I was able to go to the wedding, but I immediately left. So that night was the reception, or was the rehearsal dinner. So I got to watch Grease at Studio Movie Girl. I'd never seen Grease. That was nice.
And then you came to Kaiji Big Battle after that, right?
Sure did. And I watched Kota Ibushi wrestle a doll.
All over the damn barbecue place we were at.
Oh, yeah. And then
all over the damn
dried blood on his head at the bar. That was the best night ever.
So this match, like Sergio said, this match like gets going.
Uh-huh.
It's hot off the bat. The crowd, they haven't even locked up, and the crowd's hot for both these dudes.
They love it.
And then the holy shit chant before they even locked up.
I think you might be right. There was some sort of chant.
There was definitely a "This is awesome" or and then the crowd went back and forth as to like Shinsuke, Sami, which was.
I think again before they even locked up. Like I think it was like. And those are those matches that you really like remember, like because the energy is like the aforementioned energy is this there, but.
No, yeah, it was dueling chants before they started.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Nakamura, Sami Zayn.
Right, right. So how does the match start off? Like where it's there's a lot of like teasing, I think, at the beginning, right? Like there isn't a lot of.
There's this and like almost right off the bat they kind of lock up and Nakamura's just throwing kicks around, and he throws one that it has to be impossible, but I can swear I hear it. Like I hear like the wind coming behind it. It's so damn fast. And Zayn ducks it and kind of like scoots back and kind of respects his gangster, and it's just one of those moments as a wrestling fan. We're just like, oh my god, this is gonna be so good.
And I think shortly after that they had gotten locked up and then like put on the ropes, and then Shinsuke like drops his arms but just leaves his head like dangling in his chest, and then like comes out and like does like something like come on or something.
He does like it's the thing that he started doing later in matches, but in this one he did it really early. He was like, come on.
Yeah, he put his head like in his sternum and just it was pretty funny.
And it was like such. I kind of focused on Sami's his face whenever I watched it this time. Like he was just kind of incredulous. Like, ref, are you really? This is what's happening? Like, come on, this guy.
Like you're gonna allow this, ref? Come on.
And
bring it.
So that happens. What are some of the other big moments in that match? Like, what's some of the stuff that started happening that you were like, oh my god, this match has really drawn me in. And now I'm here for it.
Well, there was the where they're forearming each other in the middle of the ring, just like back and forth. Nakamura gets busted open hard way, and I love how they do the whole like Japanese thing, like we're getting tired, and then we're like, and then all of a sudden, so we're slowing down, and then the crowd starts like energizing us,
and they're like,
so it starts picking back up again.
That was one of those really great moments. I watched this the other